Well, I like this part of the painting. You know, got the sky in, but then we have all these vertical bits, and you have this goalpost look again. You know, and every painting you make, for the most part, looking through trees, you're going to need to leave a space somewhere to allow some of the distance to come in, unless, of course, the entire canvas is about the foreground. In this case, it's not. It's kind of a combination. Anyway, back to what I was blithering about. I do like this part of the painting because this joins the right and the left. And I have, you know, kind of, I like the dark background as a base for the final painting. It's going to go from quite dark to quite light in a lot of places. That's the only way I can attract attention to the distance. I'm going to have to put some reasonably serious shape back there. But the water doesn't take up a lot of space in the painting. It is important though. So, and it's actually done reasonably quickly. Well, you know, in this case, I think it'll go pretty quickly. You know, it's the old jolts per minute. Love the quick gratification. So I'm adding a little more red as I get off to the right here. And then maybe I shouldn't worry too much about that. Okay. This is ultramarine blue, cad red, and white. Highlights that I lay in will be consisting more of you know, these colors. Well, actually even these. Maybe I'll put a slice in there, maybe I won't, we'll see. I know that as I'm laying this in right now, I don't want too much light on it. But maybe my blues are a bit dark. So, a little white to it. And I'm not 100% sure what I want right here where the water meets the land. You know, I have this sort of undulating distant area which may end up being rocks. I may end up cutting a little bit closer, you know, later. But again, that's not something I need to worry about at the moment. For the few hours that I need this to stay wet, I'll be able to make my decisions in that time, so not worried about it. And my strokes are typically vertical, but don't have to worry about it too much because you can have strokes all over the place. If you know you're going to lay in some highlights, as long as those highlights look somewhat natural, as in, you know, some wave tops or ripples or horizontal, everything else falls into place. Yeah, we get a little bit redder as we get here. That's good. We want the red against the green. And as you can hear and see, I'm not making very big piles here at all. Okay, I'm being a bit bold. I want to get my water in before I make decisions like that. So we'll go back to a lower value. But staying with the reddish purple as opposed to the bluish purple. Just filling things in now. Okay, take care here. A little bit high there. And while we're at it, we may as well put in this little thing. Seems kind of, might seem kind of silly to put in just a tiny indication of water here. But, you know, it does help. I know it's a small detail, but rather that detail than putting in all kinds of silly little twigs on the trees, you know? Even this little thing, at least it has some mass. It's not just a thin line. Let me just hide that up. That's not too bad. Okay, I'm going to clean my brush because, or my knife a little bit. I have a ridge or two there. I'm just going to drop that in. Okay, that's just too tidy. Oops, I guess it touched the tree there somewhere. Okay, alright, let's continue with this. Okay, it's not too light. Stands out against the tree, that's fine. And you know, this thing of carving into the branches too, I really like that. It just gives them some character. Wiping my knife clean. I do that pretty regularly, actually. Okay, let's add a little bit of ultramarine blue as we get to the bottom here. good big strong strokes everywhere in the painting except for here. Now I'm kind of stuck on making smaller strokes because I kind of have to. You know, when you get carving around your edges, if it's wet and wet you don't have to, but this is not wet and wet. The paint I'm putting on tonight will be dry. For too long, and I'm not going to just keep going into it. Okay, I'm playing too much. And I don't want that. And when I say that, I mean this. I don't want that ridge there like that. Nope. Using my rescue brush, I gotta mix up some rescue color. And that's just anything really dark, and in this case it's ultramarine blue and burnt sienna. Alright, I'm gonna... Water's not done. It needs highlights, you know, it needs a few touches here and there. I may put them in now, or I may wait, because they really only need a touch or two. Well, my battery ran out on me, and I ran out on you. So I just thought I'd give you this quick clip. The water has become more interesting, but because it doesn't occupy a lot of space, I wanted something here, you know, and I think this one sort of toned down reflection of the cloud above, and, you know, bringing the warm reds here, I think we're coming. Well, there's the matter of this little bush on the edge here. I think we'll try to make that a little bit darker. How's that? Yeah, I think that's probably better. I don't really want too much light catching that when you consider we're going to have more light in the foreground. Messy, messy. I probably worry too much about some of these small things, but oh well, that's how I go about it. My knife is often underloaded in a spot like this, and I kind of prefer that as a rule, because if I end up with setting too large a blob down in a small area, it can be a real nuisance to get rid of, you know, to straighten out. Okay, let's have that bush continue on this side a little bit. Whoop, that's very dark. I don't want it very dark. Okay, something like that. I know my work right now looks very two-dimensional in that area. That's okay. I'm not worried about it. You know, it's the old, we're at the edge of the painting thing. We don't want it to look too important. Ultramarine blue and yellow ochre again. That's all I'm playing with at the moment. Yeah, I don't want to drop that hill down too much. I don't want that at all. Okay, let's add a little bit of a little yellow ochre and just a touch of white so that we can show, whoops, a few highlights. Or lighter areas, rather. Okay, that's enough. Put in a little bit of color here. Switched it up to a larger knife. I got a little more violent on this bush as well. It was just a little too tidy for me, so I thought, you know, I'll take it up a notch. Some light, but a little bit cooler colors for the moment on this little hillside. Oh, there's some warmer stuff quickly. We'll stick with the cooler stuff for the moment. Now we're using same as the trade colors. I'm just adding a little more white and a little more burnt sienna. And I guess as you can see, a little more blue in places as well. Whoops, I don't know that I want that to be quite that light. I'll make sure I leave some of the dark underwash showing. Okay, that's pretty flat. Put a little bit of light in there. Oh, I'm happy to be done with the little finicky stuff for the moment, you know. It's always nice to get into an area where you can sort of relax a little bit and let things flow a little more. Okay. Back up and have a peek. Yeah, that is heading, I think, in a good direction. Okay, a little more ultramarine blue, a little more burnt sienna, some white, just a hint of yellow ochre now. Okay, I think I'd like to have something like that. Maybe a little more yellow ochre. See, a variety, but still somewhat of a bit of organization in there. Excuse me. Okay, I don't think I want it too light right there. I would like this this tree, you know, the sunlight on the tree to stand out a little bit, so I don't want to go with a very light color directly below it. That'll come, but not yet. Yeah. I like those strokes. I haven't gotten into the big knife, the really big knife yet. We'll see how it goes. Maybe I won't use it.